Hi everyone. I wanted to add a video for you of some Restore yoga, just to give you a few more options here on the Select Health or the Fit Zone YouTube options. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe and healthy, and I look forward to seeing you live in person again. But for this Restore practice, make sure that you have a pillow or bolster, a blanket, a strap, and blocks. And they don't have to be blocks, they can be stacks of books or extra pillows, because really they're to do things like prop up your knees and stuff like that. So lots of props, basically, is what I'm saying. So take a moment to set yourself up in a good seat so that you can simply tune into your breath. I like to elevate my seat, as that helps me be able to find a little more freedom in my pelvis and my low back. So if you want to sit up on your bolster, you can, or up on a blanket, that's fine too. But let your eyes close, and with your breath, start to tune in from tail to crown. Giving yourself any information that's showing up for you in your body today. Noticing any feelings of sensation or feelings of emotion. Not turning away from any of that, but rather taking it in. Let's set an intention for ourselves to show great compassion, to make choices in our practice that help us to feel the best, most open, able to release. Stack one hand over the other on your heart space and take a deep breath. And softly allow your eyes to open and release your hands down. And now draw shoulders up and back and gently start to move ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. And then as your head comes over to the right side, keep it there. Move your left shoulder blade further onto your back. Then on your exhale, tilt your chin down and toward your chest. And then inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Move your right shoulder blade onto your back. And then exhale, chin into your chest. A couple more times to each side. Then back into center here with your shoulders moving up and back. Hands out to your knees. Add a couple gentle twists. Exhale, right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Inhale, back into center, and keep going with your breath. A couple more times to each side. Then as you come back into center, press your fingertips down beside your hips and grow taller. Lift up and open. Draw shoulder blades onto your back. And now we'll move from side to side with our breath. So left fingertips come to the floor beside you, reach your right arm up and over your ear. Take an exhale here. Inhale, rising back up, and exhale over to the other side. Inhale and exhale. And keep going with your breath for a couple more rounds to each side. Then inhale back up to center, and exhale, press your spine back into your cat-like pose. Inhale, draw your heart forward, shoulder blades engage, expand. Exhale, press back. Cat and cow here. 3 more breaths at your own pace with your own breath. Then inhaling, sit tall. If you have your legs crossed here, switch the cross of your legs, coming to the less comfortable cross for yourself, and then shift your sitting bones. Hands out to your knees, and now circular movements with your rib cage. Exhale, press your spine back. Inhale, circle around to the left side, all the way around the front, and exhale, left back on the right. Inhale to the left, and exhale back on the right. 1 more full breath. Then inhale, circle to the right, and exhale back on the left. Inhale, circle around, and exhale back. 1 more. Full inhale, deep exhale. Then inhale, sit tall, and walk your fingertips forward. And from this place, you can walk as far forward as you need. You can even take blocks out in front of you if you want to, or your bolster or pillow, and work as low as your body would like here into a forward fold. And with this forward fold, I always like to add a little bit of moving through my hips, checking things out. If you want to, you can add closed eyes and a deep breath, or you can keep your eyes open for these few deep breaths. Then inhale, gently bring yourself back up to center. And now we're going to start a few restore poses. And the thing I want you to keep in mind is always, always, always restore poses are about coming to a comfortable place and shifting until you find that comfortable place with the intention of coming to stillness. And so the shifting gets to be gentle, slow, and thoughtful. So now go ahead and find your bolster or pillow, and you can scoot yourself back on your mat if you're using a mat. Luckily, restore practices are pretty easy to do without a mat, so if you don't have one, it doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter anytime. Okay, so now bolster or pillow out in front of you, and then you're sitting sideways to it, and then you're bending your knees back toward the back side of the mat so that your knees are sticking out to the right side, okay? And then you're going to turn yourself toward your pillow or bolster, even physically pick up your hips and turn a little bit more if that works for your body. And then start to rest over your bolster. And as you rest here over your bolster, again, you get to notice if it would feel better if you changed the angle of your legs, or maybe grabbed a blanket or a block to put in between your legs. Shift the angle of your twist if you want. Turn your head to one side or the other. Take a few deep breaths. We're here for about 3 to 5 minutes, so let yourself settle in and get comfortable. Notice when your mind begins to wander, and bring your awareness back to your breath. Remember that in your twists, your breath is a little bit inhibited. So instead of trying to make your breath deeper, let it be as naturally full as it can be. We have 3 more breaths on this side. And gently push yourself up with your hands. And if you just said to yourself, wait, that wasn't 3 to 5 minutes, that was my mistake. It's 3 to 5 minutes total for both sides. So we're looking at 1.5 to 2.5 minutes on each side. So now as you come to the second side, you're turning yourself to face the left side and then bending your knees again. And then turn your belly, your hips, your torso as much as you need. So the angle of the twist can be something you shift as well. So as you come to this side again, feel free to add something of comfort in between your legs or underneath the knee, or change the angle of your legs. You get to decide what feels the best to your body. And then as you settle in here, you can take a moment with your breath to tune into what feels different on this side. And maybe you need to add a little more shifting. Again, if you need to shift, please do. Remember that if you find your mind wandering, that you can simply bring it back to your breath, moving in and out of your body. Three more deep breaths on this side. Then use your hands to support you to bring yourself back up to your seat. And now we're going to keep the bolster where it is and come to a couple more restorative poses over the bolster, and this time on our belly. So come to hands and knees. And then from hands and knees, move your bolster so that you have enough space for your shoulders, your arms, your head. And then as you lay over your bolster or pillow, you can always have a block here or a stack of something here to put your head on. But this one is a really nice release of the low back for most people. So now bend your knees, and you're turning your knees and your toes out, okay? And then from here, you're resting your head down on your hands or on a block, wherever it feels the best to you. And then begin to take a deep breath into your low back and belly. In particular, this pose helps you to expand your belly into your pillow, and that expansion helps to naturally expand the low back. If you have a tight low back, you might not feel a lot of movement there, or you might feel a lot of movement. But whatever you feel for movement through your low back, just let your awareness be there. Let your awareness come to your low back and how it's feeling and how it's moving. As you rest your head, soft but full breaths, filling up your belly. As you fill up your belly, you might naturally feel your pelvis tilt forward and back a little bit. As your mind begins to wander, bring it back to your breath and resume filling up your belly into your pillow or your bolster. We have about 5 more big breaths right here. Then gently walk your legs back in. And then we're going to stay on our belly for this next one as well, but you're going to bring your legs back in. And you can move your block aside. This one will be a little bit more of a shoulder stretch. So pass your right arm across the front of you to the left side, and then pass your left arm in front of that to the right side. And you might be more like this, and you might be more like this, okay? It depends on how tight your shoulders feel. And then tuck your chin in and take some deep breaths. And this time you're focusing your breath on that space in between your shoulder blades, just allowing yourself to fill up. And feel your low ribs expand. Feel that space around your rhomboids expand. Maybe even feel into the tops of your shoulders and your neck expand. But allow your chin to tuck in and allow your head to relax. And remember that you're always welcome to shift to make this a little bit more comfortable. 3 more deep breaths on this side. Then gently lift your head and move your left arm, and then move your right arm. And now second side of that, take your left arm across to the right side, and then your right arm across to the left side. And again, remember, really depends on how tight your shoulders are. So come to the place that feels okay to your body. And then tuck your chin in and take some deep breaths, filling up again into ribs, in between shoulder blades, your neck, tops of shoulders, whatever you feel is able to expand and contract here. Three more deep breaths on this side. And gently lift your head and move one arm and then the other arm. And then you're pushing yourself up to your hands and knees. And then coming to your seat. And from your seat, we'll come into a butterfly pose. So go ahead and find your blanket. And find the size that will enable you to make a longer roll for yourself. Some of you who come to my classes are probably thinking in your mind, quarter fold and roll it up. Well, it depends on the size of your blanket that you have at home. So a longer roll, and then you're setting the blanket over the tops of your feet and then wrapping the edges underneath your legs. So your legs have something to lean out against. However, if your hips are feeling really tight, you can move feet forward, or you can set some props, maybe some pillows or blocks underneath your knees or thighs for a little more support. Remember, we want to come to a place that we're not straining anything. We're not overusing anything. And then your pillow or your bolster comes behind you, the length of your spine. And if you're using a pillow, then it depends on the size of it, right? But the length of your spine, set it behind you, move it back maybe 4 inches so that when you lay over it, it's not straining your low back. And then start to recline over your bolster. And from this place, as you recline, especially if you have a higher bolster or pillow, you might find that it's tough on the shoulders to have your arms all the way down. So you can take blocks underneath your forearms or anything else that might feel good. Again, it could be extra pillows, extra blankets, Give yourself some propping. And allow your back body to settle. And again, make the gentle shifts, the gentle movements that you need to make this more comfortable. If you'd like to take a couple of letting go breaths here, you can. Inhaling into your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. And let yourself settle in. Your mind begins to wander, bring it back to your breath. And watch your breath move in and out of your body. To your breath. Gentle movement through fingers and toes. Draw your knees up together and gently roll a little bit over to your side to support yourself in rising back up to your seat. And then from your seat, rest your hands down for a moment on your legs or ground them on the floor. Eyes closed. Take a full breath, tuning into what's present in this moment. Have a very beautiful rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.